Volpato does have a go, and what a strike, Cristian Volpato.
Through massive bodies, breaks nicely, Cristian Volpato.
The cutback, and it's in from Volpato!
Volpato! It's Cristian Volpato.
If God leads the Socceroos to making a call tomorrow though, what do you do? Good to see you, man.
You too.
It's been a long time since we caught up in this scenario, but how's life? Sassuolo, Reggio Emilia, how's life going?
Yeah, no, it's good. Ever since I moved here from Rome, it's been a bit of a change, but I'm used to it now. I'm used to the calmness, not the chaos in Rome. But yeah, it's good.
How different is it to a big city like Rome, and where are you living in proximity here to the club?
No, it's a lot different to Rome, obviously, because it's not like a city. But yeah, I live 10-15 minutes from the training ground, so I mean, yeah, it's chill.
So you found a nice balance here, a bit of relax, but also gives you the best opportunity to focus about your football and what's going on the pitch.
Yeah, no, it's relaxing, but also it's good for a footballer because you don't have that pressure on you 24/7.
On the pitch this season, been a good return to Serie A. Results have been very solid. Your form has been very solid. Tell me a bit about the season and how you found it so far.
Yeah, no, obviously from the promotion last year, we've had a good start this year. Obviously, we have to thank the coach for that as well, and also the new arrivals because they've taken the level up a lot. And yeah, I think the thing that changes us this year maybe is group. Like we're like a family in there, and everyone's just gelling with everyone. So I mean that's a big key, I reckon, in how we're going so far. So yeah.
What lessons did you take from last season and that promotion and just building the club back up to where they are now?
Yeah, and obviously at the beginning it was hard because you get relegated and then players are leaving, you don't know what's going on. But here I have to say thankful to the coach because he's the one really who helped us get back together as a team. And yeah, even last year we had a really good season, and I think we're continuing that form into Serie A this year.
And for you personally, again, the last time we sat down like this, you were a young boy at Roma, making your strides, coming through. What have you learned from your journey in this last couple of years to now get to a point where you feel like you're an established Serie A player? I
think it's more off the pitch, just in terms of maybe just working hard and looking after yourself. Obviously, I've matured a lot, so it's not just football on the weekend. It's also going home where you eat, resting, not going out with your friends even though you want to. But it's just stuff you have to prioritise, and yeah, I think it's more that.
What has this club specifically done for you? What do you love about being involved with Sassuolo and representing the shirt?
Nah, I wouldn't say I love this club because I can't say I love it yet, but it's a really good club. They've taken me from Roma. They've trusted me to buy me, and I'm just trying to repay their trust, and just working and hopefully score a couple of goals so I can pay their trust back.
They're continuing to come, don't worry. On the pitch, I'm not just saying this because we're sitting here, but I love watching you play. I love your confidence on the ball. Was watching you at Cornwall last couple of weeks ago, and just you seem to be very confident. Where do you feel you've developed and progressed most as a player here at this club?
No, I think if you say my characteristics, I like to dribble plays. I like to create goal opportunities, and yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've had it since I was a young kid, and now to be able to do it on one of the biggest stages in the world in Serie A. I mean, it's a dream for me, and just one thing I've learned is just not to change, because I've made it this far through my qualities, so I wouldn't change it for no one.
You've mentioned the coach, Mr. Grosso, iconic name in Italian football, and you've already touched on the fact he's been very good for the group. How important has he been for you personally, and maybe under his tutelage, what specifically have you learnt about yourself, or in what way have you grown thanks to him?
No, I can only say good things about the coach because I mean, even since the first day he arrived, it was like I want to make you like a footballer. I want to make you like a real footballer, He goes, because you have the qualities. And from that day, you know, I mean, we've had our ups and downs like every person has. But yeah, I tend to listen to him all the time and just listen to what he has to say, because, you know, he's done it on the big stage. And yeah, so I can't say anything more about him, but yeah.
He's done it on the biggest stage, known for Australians. I have to ask you, but have you spoken to him ever about 2006, the World Cup and the incident?
Yeah, all the time.
What does he say? I'm genuinely very curious.
I mean, you know, to kick the ball in that World Cup final, I asked him, I said, but just how did you do it? Like, what were you feeling? And he goes, to be honest, I wasn't feeling anything. And he goes, that walk that he did from the centre of the pitch to the penalty spot, he goes, like, just nothing. It was the longest walk he said he's ever had. But you have to give a lot of credit to him for that, because a lot of people can fail it. So
no, in that moment, absolutely amazing. And obviously, with the Italy-Australia situation, have you ever spoken to him about that one, the penalty?
Yeah. I don't know. He just said that. What was his name? Lucas Neal. Just slide tackled him, and he felt the contact, and he went down. But he said that he was just running up and down the wing, and he said that when he was running, he didn't even have any more energy, but he was just kept going, and just stuff like that is just amazing to hear, and yeah.
Absolutely. Good lessons to take from champions of the game. When we touch on Australia, when you sit here now, again, just reflecting on the entirety of your time here in Italy, but thinking back to where you started, coming through the ranks in Australia, what happened there and making your way through to here. How do you feel now? Obviously still in the early stages of your career, but what emotions does that evoke when you think back to your childhood in Australia and learning about the sport?
Yeah, no, I mean, growing up in Australia, I started off with the AC Milan Academy in Sydney, in Homebush, with Andrea Icardi. So I mean, ever since I was a young kid, I've always had like Italian coaches. So even when I came here, I was kind of used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to thank a lot Australia. They gave me all the opportunities when I was young, and I can only speak good about that. And but yeah, obviously now I'm 22 now. I'm in Australia. I am in Italy, and yeah, I'm just continuing. I don't know. The sky's the limit, to be honest. But I hope I can get high.
Love it. Who's been the most influential people? I know you're very family oriented. I know you've got a really strong support network around you, but who's been super important for you over this journey, but also how important has that been for your continual progression?
I have to say my mum. You know, being a single mum is not easy, but she quit her job in Australia to come take me overseas and to help me with my dream. So I think she's probably my idol. She's my mum. She's my best friend. She's all of it in one. And I have to thank her from the bottom of my heart.
Amazing. And on the pitch, who did you look up to growing up from a football perspective?
Well, my idol when I was young was Maradona. But then when I started to watch a bit of the Serie A, I fell in love with Dybala. But then also Ronaldo, because of his mentality, and Totti, and all the Italian players from the 2006, because, you know,
of course,
they won the World Cup, and yeah.
And Totti, one that you looked up to growing up, but also one who's played a role in your journey. How important was he, particularly in the earlier stages of your transition over here to Italy?
Yeah, a lot, because you know, I don't think anyone knows Rome more than him. So having a guy like him under your wing was amazing. You know, just helping me throughout daily life and giving me tips, which I mean, his tips, I don't think you can get any better than that in world football. So yeah, I mean, I can only say good words about him and thank him a lot.
Rome is literally his city.
Yeah.
It's incredible when you think back to what he did there at that club, and for so long to commit is truly special. And for you to have his guidance and support, particularly in those earlier stages. But he's not the only significant name, and that's the beautiful thing. You immerse yourself here in the grand stage in Italian football. You've had and you've encountered so many fantastic players on the pitch, coaches off the pitch as well. Who are those who you feel have really been of most importance to you directly, that you've had the fortune of working with on a regular basis?
I'd say probably at Rome with Mourinho, even Matic. Matic is like he's like a dad / older brother for me. He's amazing. I've lucky to have him twice now, and he's just so smart. Just knows everything. He took me under his wing in Roma and even here at Sassuolo. So, I mean, with a player with his calibre, it's just amazing. So,
Amazing. With Jose, any funny stories, any special memories from your time with E?
Yeah, a lot of funny
Give me the
stories.
best.
Some I can't say,
No.
but yeah, no, Mourinho's, even him, he was like a father for me, like a father figure. I think he saw us young players at Rome like his sons, and you know, he tried to protect us and help us a lot. But yeah, he can also be like a father, can get angry at you and can, you know, like wake you up. But yeah, so he's amazing, and I can't help to thank him enough for what he did for me at Rome, and yeah.
Amazing. Coming back to the cultural side and connection, I can definitely relate. Being born in Australia, raised into an Italian family, moving over here, working and living in a completely different culture. A large part of your progression in this last period has happened here in Italy. Yes, you were born and raised in Australia, but how culturally connected do you feel to this country? It's where your family originated from, but what does this country mean for you inside?
Well, I mean, you know, I grew up also speaking, like my grandparents could only speak Italian. So, I mean, I would listen to their Italian and I would learn a bit. But yeah, a lot, because, you know, obviously it starts from my grandparents getting a boat to Australia and starting there with nothing. So I think, to be honest, I'm born with that, with the Italian blood inside of me. And yeah, I just think, yeah, being Italian, you're proud, and yeah, I think the Italian lifestyle is good as well. You know, they drink, they have fun, and yeah.
When you moved here, and even now ongoing, do you feel you're learning more about yourself, being more connected to the culture? I've certainly realised there's things and ways I functioned and ways I thought while in Australia that actually it's very Italian.
Yeah, of course. I mean, something in Italian is, they don't work as much as the people in Australia, to be honest.
They work differently.
Yeah, they like to have fun, you know, live life. But yeah, I mean, the food, everything in Italian is just...
I always say to friends and family back home, here I think it's, yes, they focus on the lifestyle first and work second. It's the contrary in Australia, but I think they just really take appreciation for every minute of every day, every social interaction, and it's infectious.
Yeah.
You feel surrounded and loved. When I know you haven't been back to Australia for how many years?
3 years, I think.
All right. We'll make it happen soon. But do you still feel that same level? Obviously, you've been here for a long time now. Do you still feel that same level of cultural connection to where you were born in Australia?
Yeah, of course. You know, I mean, my dad still lives there. My sister still lives there. You know, all my cousins live there. And you know, I was born and raised in Australia. And yeah, I miss living there a bit. But you know, I'm used to the European, the Italian lifestyle now. But I mean, Australia is always home. So yeah.
Obviously, then when we translate that to national team talk on the pitch, obviously it's been discussed for a few years now, and obviously we had the chat a few years ago as well at Roma. Where do you stand on that at the moment? Because there feels to be a bit of a transition in Italy with focus on youth now, with this what's happened the last few years. Do you have your heart set on a call up to the Azzurri, the Italian national team?
Yeah, well, I mean, ever since I was a young kid, my dream was always to play for the Azzurri. And, you know, growing up with the 2006, you know, I had all the players on my wall. Obviously my dad, my nonno, they were all just mad crazy about the Azzurri. And, you know, obviously them being my idols, you know, you grow up and you follow your dad or your nonno. And, you know, so yeah, it's always been my dream. But, you know, I've also, with the Socceroos, you know, I'm happy and thankful for the cause they've given to me. But I mean, I can't say whether I'd want to choose one or the other right now. You know, so I'm just focusing on my club football, and I mean, where God leads me, it's kind of like, you know, you go. So yeah.
If God leads the Socceroos to making a call tomorrow, though, what do you do? Italy not guaranteed to go to the World Cup. Socceroos, obviously, we've seen the group that they've got for the World Cup. Is it tempting? There is obviously calls and things would need to be sorted, but is it something that would tempt you?
I mean, it's always been tempting ever since Graham Arnold called me. It's always been tempting. It's always been on the back of my mind throughout every day. But I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Have to see if God delivers.
Yeah, exactly.
The call.
You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, interesting period there for you, but Italy still need to do some work. How important do you think it is for the national team here in Italy to make the World Cup for culture in this country?
Oh, they have to. Football is like a religion here, so if they go 3 World Cups without it, it's really bad for Italian football, I think. And also for the fans and for the kids growing up. You know, like I don't think any of the kids growing up have seen Italy playing a World Cup, which is pretty sad. But anyway,
that's the big problem for me.
Exactly.
The generation, because you say from 2018 until 2030, if they don't qualify for this one, that's an entire generation of kids.
Exactly.
And you say your childhood was based on watching them there.
Exactly. So I think it's really important that they qualify and also when they qualify to do well as well, because we're Italy and we've got 4 stars on our badge and yeah.
For good reason. Last one on the Socceroos. When was the last communication from the national team there?
I think maybe a month or a couple months ago from Ocon. Called me just to see, how I was going and how I'm settling in this year and yeah, that's good.
Good man, Ocon. Good friend of mine. Knows a lot about this country and very, very smart mind.
Yeah, also I played with his son, I think.
Yes.
So yeah.
Very, very beautiful family.
Yeah.
Last one for you, man. You mentioned you're 22. You're still very young, man. Sky's the limit, you said. You're very young, though, trust me. You're very young.
Time flies, but time flies.
I know. Don't worry, I still feel 22. I'm not. Where is the sky going for you? What are the ambitions here? Obviously, you fully focus on the club, putting your best foot forward, being the best player in person you can be. But what are your visions?
Well, my visions for myself are high. I want to be one of the best players in Europe. I want to play in the Champions League. I want to play in the biggest competitions, and I think I can. I believe in myself, and I got high ambitions. So a Champions League player, I guess. Even doing well there. So sky's the limit, like I said, and you can just pray and work hard.
Keep working hard, man. Keep praying.
That's it.
Always a big pleasure. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll do it again very soon.
Thank you.
All right, man. Grazie.
Thank you.